And for more on this, we're delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest, Dr. Saeed Kholy, our economic expert. Dr. Saeed, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Dr. Saeed?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Dr. Saeed, thank you for joining us. Let me start by asking you about Egypt's net international reserves, which have been announced to have been increased by 50.071 billion US dollars. What is this importance with regards to economic development in Egypt, sir?
First of all, that it will reflect the reduction in inflation rate, and the inflation rate is reduced. It really increased our ranking from one of the most famous financial institutions worldwide, Standard & Poor's, where upgrade our economical system to B, and we expect it to be a B+, and we move to A category in the future.
Right.
And this is based on many improvements in our strategy, in economical strategy and manufacturing strategy and agricultural strategy. With the opening of the great museum in Egypt, this will increase the tourism industry. I call it tourism industry.
Yes.
It's not as a service, but it's the industry which will be able to accommodate millions and millions of tourists in the future. All
Indeed.
of this really integrated into our economical system, reduce the trade deficit between Egypt and any other countries by about 5%. It really reduced the inflation rate by 4%. It increased reduced the unemployment rate to the lowest level in our history. And all of this it comes from Egypt's Vision 2030, where we have established a plan to improve our economical system in the future.
Right. Now, now, Dr. Saeed, let me ask you, how do you see also the Egyptian foreign exchange reserves? They've also grown by approximately 5% during the first 9 months of this year. What is your intake on this, and what does this translate into, in your opinion, sir?
Of course, this kind of increase, it has many indications. It means the trust of foreign direct investment to come and invest in Egypt, because we have a security, we have safe haven for investors to come to Egypt and invest. And I believe within in the last few months we have many foreign direct investment came to Egypt from Europe, from the States, from China, from Russia, and so on. All of that is indication for Egypt. It will be a hub for industry, it will be a hub for agriculture in the future in the region. And all of that because several factors play a major important role in that direction. Our location, our stability in economical and political system, which enable us to attract more and more foreign direct investment. That is a good thing.
Indeed, Dr. Saeed. Let's talk a bit about your opinion with regards to the government's efforts to preserve the country's financial stability as well as external credibility in order to encourage more investment opportunities inside Egypt.
Of course, there is a lot of improvement in our investment law,
yes,
in our procedures, simplify the procedure in order to attract business, whether it's foreign direct investment or private investment in Egypt. And all of that really translated into what we see now in Egypt, the growth rate increased in Egypt. The certificate we received from Standard & Poor's, which is considered to be #1 financial institution worldwide.
Yes.
All I'm saying, it is not a local upgrade or something like that. It is international institution upgrade Egypt from B- to B, and in the future it will be B+ and so on.
Tell me, Doctor, in your opinion, how do you see international reserves possibly providing essential coverage with regard to the purchase of strategic commodities such as fuel and to ensure as well issues related to food security, for example?
Of course, it will enable us, first of all, when the reserve, for the first time in Egypt's economical history to go over $50 billion. As the Central Bank of Egypt mentioned just today, our reserve system for hard currency over $50 billion. And that is new, and it's never been done before.
Yes.
And this is also, as we can see, the reduction in terms of the exchange rate between dollar and the Egyptian currency and any other country. It reduced in the last 2 months. It's a huge reduction from 51, now it's 47, and I believe in the next days or next month it will go below 46. And all of that is the indicator we are moving in the right direction because of our leadership, whether in political system, in economical system, in industrial system.
Indeed. Now, Dr. Sayed, also Egypt's trade deficit has narrowed by 4.6% during the last 2 months. How do you assess, the influence of this and the bridging the gap between exports and imports?
It reflects how strong in our economical system is.
Yes.
When you reduce the gap between our trade system, import and export, reduce it by almost 5%, that is a good news. It means many industries come and operate in Egypt right now. And remember, the move from the government for developing a state-of-the-art logistics system in terms of roads, tunnels, and airports and ports, and all of that, it really helps to facilitate the movement of goods and services in Egypt to the rest of the world. And I believe very strongly, Egypt in a very near future, it will be the hub of industrial sector worldwide.
Indeed.
And it's really, it's not last year or the year before, it is the hard work of the last 10 years of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Absolutely, sir. Now, let's also talk a bit about some of the outcomes of several investment projects through Arab and international partnerships as well. These have played a great role with regards to the development of the Egyptian economy.
Absolutely. And when you have a stability, ma'am, you are encouraging foreign direct investment, whether from the Gulf, from European, from America, from China, from Russia, and so on. And Indian also, they start to have a joint venture with Egyptian in terms of industry and agriculture. I believe the government now moved from real estate economy to industrial economy to agricultural economy, and that is the major asset for enriching and increasing the growth, economical growth in Egypt.
Yes.
And we start to really focus in industry. When you have a strong industry, you will reduce the price for the final customer, and will depend on our local components in manufacturing and so on. All of these industries, the Egyptian component goes for over 50% from the inputs of any system where the foreign direct investment come and invest in Egypt.
In your opinion, Dr. Sayed, also Egypt has embarked on several mega national projects in order to develop the Egyptian economy as well as result in this economic flourishing in the country. How do you see these national mega projects with regards to their snowball effect? We're talking about job creation, the increase of income, etc.
Let me tell you, first of all, our unemployment rate, it used to be double digits, now it's single digits. And all of that, it's really based on how strong we are in attracting this foreign direct investment. The mega project we just announced a couple of days ago, now we are moving towards the know-how or communication industry and the information industry. Remember, when President Sisi a couple of years ago focused on technical college and developing new programs with artificial intelligence, with big data analytics, Internet of Things, and that is the direction of the whole world. And when you start to build an institution and integrate programs for this kind of new advanced technology, the fourth industrial revolution, and now we are talking about fifth industrial revolution. It means reducing costs, improving quality for the goods and service, and we start to compete not only in Egypt, across Egypt, in African nation, in Arab nation, and even in European markets.
Indeed. Now, finally, Dr. Sayed, I have to ask you, how do you see the role that the tourism sector has as well in boosting economic progress in Egypt, especially on the back of the inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum, which just occurred at the beginning of this month?
Remember, I was visiting the state, and everybody
yes.
talking about the opening of a Grand Museum. It is really it's one of a kind of museum where you have, for one civilization, this is the biggest museum in the world, not in the Middle East or in Africa and so on. We are talking about the great museum in Egypt. Is considered to be the biggest and state of the art, and the collection of ancient Egyptian history in one place is considered to be it will be the focal point. People, they don't go to Disney World or great adventure and so on. They come and see in Egypt. In the plane when I come, it's filled with American and the big European. Now they're standing in line in order to reserve tickets in the Great Museum of Egypt. I believe this museum, it will bring a lot of revenue to the Egyptian economy, and when you invest, you have the return of this investment. That's a great investment which enables us to promote Egypt as the attraction place for visiting in Egypt, not for the sea, not for the ocean, but for to see how Egyptian culture, which is the oldest culture in the entire world. And we have to be proud of the Great Museum of Egypt. And remember, in the opening, we have presidents and kings from all over the world come to see how great we are.
Absolutely. On that note, I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Sayed Kholy, Professor of Economics and our economic expert. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and your insight on today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to another short break, and we're back to continue. Do stay tuned.